We're starting off then with this single note starting on an F sharp, 2nd fret of the bottom E string. And on the same string, we're going to have our little finger doing a pull off from the 5th fret, the note of A. That's the important move there. To make that pull off happen, make sure both fingers are on the string, because as we hit that 5th fret and we pull it off, the note at the 2nd fret kind of gets revealed. So if you're trying to do this pull off and you find that it's not working, got to do two things. Make sure the pull down for the little finger is nice and hard, so it's kind of flicking off the string down towards the floor. And if the first finger is not tightly pressed down, when you do that pull off, you're either going to get the open string like that, or the note will die completely because my first finger is not pushed down properly. So with this phrase then, we've got one and mostly semiquavers in this riff. Second phrase, would be 2E and again 3E and then 2 quavers at the end, 4 and. So counting and playing it, 1 and 2E and 3E and 4 and. Now that riff is going to keep repeating. I'm using all down picks here as well. It just gets us closer to the kind of attitude and sound of the song. So in bar 2, the riff stays mostly the same, except instead of having just the 5 to 7 in quavers at the end, we've now got, going down to the A string, 2nd, open, and then our low E string at the 2nd fret. All the notes are picked. Like that. So bar 1 and 2 together. And then that forms the basis of our riff for the rest of the intro and the first verse and subsequent verses and things later to come. So just jumping down onto what would be bar 3 and bar 4 on the tab. Bar 3 is the same as bar 1. So just jumping over that into bar 4, the riff starts again, but you can see it's short. It ends on beat 3. So we've got 1 and 2E and 3 and 4 is a rest. So a nice hard stop there. So picking hand's going to come rest down on the strings immediately to keep everything quiet. So let's play this whole introduction. First 4 bars. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be the intro for our tune. All right, into the verse. So the first verse starting bar 5 on the tab with the words "Baby I Need." The riff is actually staying the same. So the next 4 bars are the same as the first 4 bars we've already played. We'll play them through and then head straight into the chorus, but hopefully it won't need much explanation if you've already practiced your intro riff. So here we go, verse 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, into the pre-chorus. So the pre-chorus then, bar 9 on the tab, we're starting with an E power chord at the 7th fret. We're going to play 2 of those as crotchets, so that would be 1, 2, then just jumping over a set of strings, staying on the same frets, so we're now a B power chord. So bar 9 together would be... Bar 10 is the riff we've already had, so coming back down here to the 2nd fret. Bar 11, same as we've already had with our power chords. And then we've got this little ascending power chord phrase. So we're at the C sharp power chord, 9th fret, then an E, F sharp, and an A. All in quavers. So for quavers, we're counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And if we play that and count it, that would sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Without counting. If we just put the whole line together then, for the pre-chorus, bar 9 to bar 12, we'd have this. 2, 3, 4. some nice work going on there. Okay, let's jump straight forward to chorus number 1. All right, so for the first chorus of this tune then, bar 13 on the tab, with the words "Take me down, everybody down." Playing some nice power chords, and it's the F sharp power chord down here on the 2nd fret. So 2nd fret on the bottom string, 4th fret on the A string. And it's an F sharp power chord, and we're playing crotchets, but if you're looking at the notation, underneath the crotchet there is a little dot. That is a staccato dot, and staccato means short and sharp, detached. So instead of sounding like this, counting 1, 2, 3, 4, and the strums are matching up to the counting there, everything's ringing there. So what we want is the notes being shorter, staccato. So every time I strum the chord, my strumming hand is immediately coming back to rest on the strings. And hopefully you can hear a very clear difference there. So if we play through this line 13 through to 16, just watch out that on beat 4 of the last bar there is a rest. So we would get 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, bar 14, 15, 16, rest. That would be the first line of the pre-chorus. So nice and simple. And then in bar 17, I've called this a break because it feels like a transition between finishing that chorus and then starting the next verse. But we have our main riff again. And you can see in bar 18, there is another hard stop on beat 3. So let's just play that through. Bar 17 and bar 18, this is break number 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, as soon as I've hit that last note, my hands come down to mute the strings to give us the rest on beat 4 there. So let's put chorus number 1 and break number 1 together, as even though I've labelled them as separate sections, I guess you could kind of wrap that all up as the chorus. But here we go then, bar 13 through to 18. Here it is. 2, 3, 4. Bar 14. 15. 16, 2, 3, rest. Rest. And that sets us up for verse 2. So see there. So everything in verse 2, starting at bar 19 on the tab for the Baby I Need Help line, that's just our main riff again. Everything we played during the intro and for verse 1. So that's the same. And then going over into pre-chorus 2, everything we did is going to repeat again, including the ascending power chord line, C sharp, E, and so on. So what we're going to do, we're going to jump over that into chorus number 2 and continue from there. So chorus number 2 as well, we're playing the same stuff of the F sharp power chord, and remember it's staccato, so instead of our strings ringing, we want the short sound of resting the hand back on the strings after every strum. But at the end of this chorus, you can see that it's actually longer as well, staying on that F sharp chord. At the end of the chorus, bar 34, we've got a bar of 2-4. Now this song is 4 beats in a bar for the most part, but in this bar 34, where it says 2-4, we cut that down, there is just 2 beats. So we've played our last F sharp chord, kind of a slide off that, slide to nothing. It's a slide to a rest, if you will. So we're playing 1, 2 is a rest. So just watch out for that odd bar there. Really easy to do, but easy to miss also. And that wraps up chorus number 2. So we're going to plow straight on to break number 2. All right, bar 35, break number 2. Back to our main riff yet again. Told you that main riff is going to happen a lot in this song. And everything is staying the same until we get to bar 39. So basically we've played the main riff 4 times. That's bar 35, 36, 37 and 38. When we reach bar 39, the riff does continue. It starts over again. So the first half of the bar is the same. And then the second half of the bar, we're going to have this. If I count it out very slowly, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. Cool little riff. So we're on the A string, 2nd fret to the open string, and then 2nd fret on the low E. And then for the final 4 E and a grouping, Remember, these are semiquavers. We can tell they're semiquavers because of the double line joining the notes. We do the same notes again. Second and open on the A string, and then second open on the low E. So just playing that whole bar of 39 very slowly, that would be 3, 4, 1 and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. So the trick there in the middle of the bar is that semiquaver rest on beat 3. You heard me count that. 3 E and a, 4 E and a. So that might be tricky if you've never played quaver or semiquaver, in this case, rests in your riffs before. That little trick of delaying by one beat, you naturally want to play on beat 3. So you kind of in your head, you want to play 3 E and a. But of course, in that first half there, it's 3 E and a. So the riff starts on the E of the beat. We'll play it and count it one more time. 3, 4, 1 and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. One time, same speed, but I won't count it out loud this time. 3, 4. So really practice that bar, get the rhythm and the timing really in your mind, and then we'll join it together with the first 4 repetitions of the riff. So this is break 2. We're going to start at bar 35. We're going to play 4 repetitions of the normal riff, and then into bar 39. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that would be our whole break. All right, practice that section up and I'll see you in the next. So the breakdown then, not playing much here. We've just finished our last riff and we've hit this first note of bar 40 and we slide off of it. Slide to nothing. So we hit it, slide it, picking hand immediately comes down to sit on the strings, and then we're resting. We've got nothing to play for bars 41, 42, 43, so we're just counting 1, 2, 3, 4. For bars 41, again for 42, again for 43. And then in 44, this is where our kind of little high lead phrase comes in. And we're playing the 11th fret of the G string. And I'm going to do this with my 3rd finger. Then first finger is going to play the 9th fret. So that'd be 1 and 2, 3 and 4. First finger will move back to the 8. And then I'm going to play first finger on the 7th fret. And then 3rd finger on the 9th. So bars 44 and 45 together. And we kind of start this phrase over in bar 46, back to the 11th fret with the 3rd finger. Then first finger. Bar 47, now we're on the 8th fret again. So really the phrase is the same 2 times over as a pair. 45, so 44 and 45 are a pair. 46, 47 are a pair. So let's play that whole line. Here we go. 3 and 4 and... Alright, so the play out then at bar 48, we're back to our main riff as we played it earlier, so we'll play that through now, just one time, and then we'll go on to the ending. Here we go, a bit of practice on the main riff. 1, 2, 3, 4. Be our play out. All right, on to the final part for the lead guitar and the ending. Okay, so the ending for this then. This is probably the most challenging part of the song. Not because there's millions of notes, it's probably just a rhythmic thing that's pretty fast and you're going to have to get used to it. So we're playing semi-quaver triplets here. So when you're looking at the tab in bar 52, you can see that there's 3 notes joined with a bracket of 3, joined to another 3 notes of a bracket of 3. So these are semiquaver triplets, which means we're squeezing 6 notes in the space of 1 beat. So if our beat, if I just play a single note here, I'm going to play the 12th fret of the B string. If that was 1, 2, 3, 4, that would be our main beat. But we're actually squeezing in 6 beats for every one, or 6 notes for every 1 beat. So we need a way to count this. And the counting would go like this: 1-ander, 1-ander, 2-ander, 2-ander, 3-ander, 3-ander, 4-ander, 4-ander. And then bar 53 is the same repeated lick again. So we're playing a group of 3 notes, and those notes are 12th fret on the B string, pulling off to the 10th fret. So I'm doing that with my 3rd and 1st fingers. And then my 2nd finger is going to play the 11th fret of the G. So that's the group of 3. 1, 2, 3. And then that just repeats. Always picking the 12, pick the 12, pull off, and then pick the 11. But let's time this out then with our counting. So I said a second ago that the counting would be 1-ander, 1-ander, 2-ander, 2-ander, 3-ander, 3-ander, 4-ander, 4-ander. And hopefully even just saying it out loud, it's a good thing to do, say it out loud, practice it, just counting a few times, you get the sense of the group of 3s. So we're going to play this really slowly, count it out, because the rhythm is everything here. The notes are pretty easy. You're not going to have a trouble playing those. So we're going to have, counting at the same time, 3, 4, 1-ander, 1-ander, 2-ander, 2-ander, 3-ander, 3-ander, 4-ander, 4-ander. And that would be the same for bar 53. So you're going to have to play this really slowly, purposefully, count it out, and then the speed is going to come out of your accuracy. If you just try and speed it up and the rhythm's not right, it's going to sound sloppy and horrible and nothing like the song. So let's do this at a reasonable speed. If we're going sort of that kind of speed, I'm thinking 1-ander, 1-ander, 2-ander, 2-ander, 3-ander, 3-ander, 4-ander, 4-ander. And then that whole thing would go again at bar 53. So we're going to have to do that counting twice over. It's going to sound maybe a bit annoying, but try and count it and play it. Maybe do it with me. We're going to play bar 52 and 53. Here we go. Deep breath. There's going to be a lot to say and play here. Here we go. 3, 4, 1-ander, 1-ander, 2-ander, 2-ander, 3-ander, 3-ander, 4-ander, 4-ander, 1-ander, 1-ander, 2-ander, 2-ander, 3-ander, 3-ander, 4-ander, 4-ander. And breathe. So that's bar 52, 53. It's going to take some time to speed that up. But remember, rhythm is king there. And technique-wise, with that pull-off, make sure all 3 notes are nice and even. It's a really cool little repeating lick there. Moving on to the last line then, bar 54 and 55. We're still in this same position. So 11th fret, my 1st finger is going to play the 11th fret note. First rhythm. And then we're going to go from the 10th on the 1st finger of the B string back to the 11th. So and the end of the bar for 4 and was just 10 and 12 on the B string. Everything is picked here. So here's bar 54 again. 3, 4. And then for bar 55. And I haven't written a slide on the end there, but as it's the end of the song, I think it's nice to just do a little dramatic slide out of that. So again, 54, 55, 3, 4. And that would be our ending. So probably the hardest part of the whole song is just piecing together these last 4 bars of the ending. The guitar is quite prominent in the mix there at the end, so it's not too bad to hear. So I hope all those parts make sense. Relatively simple tune, but a lot of fun to play. And I didn't know the band Dorothy, so this song is a new one on me. But a great song. I've really enjoyed it. So check them out. I bet they've got some more great songs. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.